for state representative against him. So we know,
Well, it's great to have you. What's his name? Income tax time. Yeah, he's not. He was your one. Yeah, he's not regular. That's for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. The last guy that used to come regular was Paul Patera. That is true. I sent us an article. That was been years. Who's pulled back the end? Yeah, that is true. He's a nice guy. Perfect. I got four granddaughters. My one grandson, he wasn't as good. He wants to play ball, so I think he's going to go to Case Western.
I would now like to call the October 10th regular monthly board meeting to order. We start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you have our secretary call the roll, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Mrs. Issing.
Yes, here.
Mr. Klein.
Present.
Mr. Kachasik.
Here.
Dr. Koshko is absent. Mr. Leonard.
Here.
Mr. Matarazzo.
Here.
Mr. Nemec. Here. Mr. Petrucci.
Here.
And Mr. Stovar is absent, but we have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll now go to information, Dr. Harris.
All right, thank you, Mr. Leonard. I'm going to actually pass it right back to you for the WIU update and report.
Oh, what did I do with my report? I bet it's in my briefcase.
Yeah, well, while we're waiting, I'm going to move to Mr. Petrucci for the CWCTC update.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Okay, we met on the, last Thursday, the 6th, and as I told you last meeting, the way the calendar falls now, since they moved used to be the third Wednesday of the month, now it's the first Thursday of every month, so I had to delay one meeting. Okay, we met and I'll go through what we all discussed, a couple interesting things here. Okay, we just hired a new heating, ventilation, and air conditioning instructor for $59,500. He started on August the 12th. Our substitute rate this year is $115 per day, and substitute secretaries and custodians are $14 an hour, and we are having a difficult time. As everybody else in the same situation. Motion to approve the Skills USA 16 students to attend the 2022 Skill USA Pennsylvania Western Regional Leadership Training Workshop, October 26th to the 28th, 2022. Seven Springs Champion PA and to grant permission for one of the Skills USA advisors and a conference officer student to go after school the Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. The approximate cost is $9,500. The cost will be picked up by Skills USA and student activities. Now, here's the enrollment situation, which I think is pretty good. As you know that our superintendent had the groups coming around talking to all you people that, and I missed that because I was ill, and its recruiting is doing good. Enrollment is up 150 kids. It's now 1,277. The most I think we ever had was 1,400 kids. Now it's back in the 70s. The scope of the school went up to 70s and 80s and went down. But now the road show is working, I think, very well. I'll go according to enrollment, and I'll also listen to the school districts and their enrollment numbers. Okay, the largest school district enrolls is Hempfield, number 1. Number 2 is Norwin. Number 3 is York, and they're one of the smaller districts. Of course, it's an agriculture area. Number 4 is the Mount Pleasant. Number 5 is Greensburg-Salem, and we moved up to number 6. We were number 8. Number 6, we now have 111 kids going there, and Dr. Harris recruiting and a road show is visiting all the different schools has definitely increased the enrollment from Penn Trafford. Now, the shops. I'll give you the top 5 shops that have worked out real well. The number 1 participating shop is construction. Number 2 is auto technology. Number 3 is welding. Number 4 is cosmetology. And number 5 is health occupations. So that's, the school district is doing very well. That's the top 5, and we have 23 shops, but that's the top 5 doing well. And now, per Mr. Leonard's request, a goodie report. Okay, we had meatloaf with cheese sauce, baked potato, homemade coleslaw, glazed Brussels sprouts, chili, cinnamon roll, and assorted cookies. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you. And in conjunction with the goodie report, those are all in-house items cooked
Everything is
in the
prepared by
culinary shop
class,
down
that's
there.
correct.
And we've gone to some meetings there, and it's always very good.
And December 8th is your next time to feast. And I'm sure Penn Trafford, they say, you guys love it.
No, we usually have our whole,
100%.
we usually have our whole board there. That's
Yeah, it's just nice camaraderie, it's fun.
It is. It's an event I look
Yeah.
forward to. Okay, now it's my turn for the Westmoreland County Intermediate Board report. I mainly just report on the regular scheduled meeting, but we do have a lot of other meetings going on, negotiating with the teachers, but those aren't something that would, I'll just tell you we do that. But September 27th, 2022, we held our regular monthly meeting. 12 members present, 5 absent. There's 1 member representative from all the 17 districts, school districts. The executive session was held from approximately 6:30 to 7:10, at which time we discussed recent employee departures and also potential replacements. Some various personnel issues were reviewed, including hiring, discharge, transfers, and some legal personnel issues. Professional staff negotiation update was delivered. We had 24 pages of differing items and received information on the status of contract. And I'm on the negotiating committee, negotiating committee there, since I'm part of the executive board. So I was privy to all that anyhow. And our regular meeting started approximately 7:15, at which time we approved all the financial reports for the month, received a report from the WIU Foundation, a very brief report, received all committee board reports, which included executive services, curriculum services, financial services, student services, technology, and infrastructure services. And then the executive director report, we had 2 awards presented. The Annie Sullivan Award was presented to Adam Zawalsh, and Outstanding Paraeducator Award to Ms. Diane Huff. Then we reviewed the receipt of the board election results from the recent district countywide balloting. That's to vote for members of the board. They get appointed by a district, but they still have to be approved by all the boards in the county. And we had, according to the executive director, we had less than 50% ballot return. Now, those ballots are sent out to every school board member. But I will tell you this, I believe that our board did well because I received the second most votes in the county. That's probably because my whole board sent it back. So that was encouraging to know that you guys have been participating and sending those in.
That's what you told us to do.
I asked you, I asked kindly if you guys could do that, and they all know who did and didn't. I don't want to know, but I believe you must have done pretty good because I got almost the most votes, and it was hundreds of votes.
Yeah, when the boss man speaks, we listen, that's all.
No, I don't like to be considered that. I just do my best. And the executive director, Dr. Conway, that commented 50% of the ballots were returned. All current board members were in receipt of enough votes to remain on the board. A complete agenda and minutes can be reviewed on the WIU website if anyone desires more in-depth details and information, because they are long meetings. I try to keep it brief, but it is available on their website. And I am scheduled to participate in the negotiations on a teacher's contract on October 17th and 24th, 2 more meetings this month. Our next regular meeting will be held October 25th, so I have at least 3 more meetings scheduled for this month for the IU. Some of those meetings, we've already had meetings take 12 hours all day. But anyhow, this concludes my report.
I appreciate that. I appreciate all the extra time you spend, too, with that committee, Mr. Leonard. Today, we were very fortunate. I think my mic is off. Thank you. Maybe the battery. Today, we were also very fortunate to have in our audience several students who recently became Eagle Scouts. And I'm going to get a chance to, I want to bring everyone up to kind of share with just some of your information about your project and what you did to become an Eagle Scout. And we're going to call, I got the names too if you want to go over. And, Dominic Morelli. And I just want to make sure your mics are on. Oh, he didn't make it. Okay, I still have to check for the mics. Dallas, who was the next name on the list? Dominic's not here.
Zachary Posner.
Zachary? He's here. Zach, can you tell us about how many years, first of all, have you been in the Scouts program?
I've been in it since I was in 5th grade, so that'd probably be about 5-ish years, I'd say.
Okay.
So my project, I built a 8-foot by 8-foot observation platform for the Morrisini Nature Reserve, and the point of it was, it's built on top of the hill, one of the highest points of the property, and they wanted it to, look over the whole property so you could get a view of it, because they want people to come by and just be able to see, everything they have to offer there.
Oh, wow.
Because their whole deal is they, buy or get donated undeveloped land by farmers or just people that own that land, and the intention is just to keep it undeveloped and natural so people can go outside and enjoy it.
How long did it take you?
It took me about a year, but that's more than just all the construction. That's paperwork and planning. The actual construction only took about a week or 2, but getting everything ready, that took around a year.
How much did it cost? Did you have to raise a lot of money for funds, or?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was around $1,100.
Moms always know. Oh, that's great.
Where was this at again?
The Morrisini Nature Reserve,
That's in Murraysville, right?
Yeah, where's that? Yeah.
Murraysville.
Reason I knew is I used to work somewhere.
Zach, are you a sophomore?
Yeah.
So typically, to get your Eagle, how long does it usually take? Because I know my own nephew ended up being a senior before he got his. I mean, would you be considered ahead of schedule, or what's the average?
The average is around like sophomores, juniors. You can definitely do it like freshman year, and a lot of people do get it done their senior year. It's just about like how you plan it when you start and how like efficient you are. But I'd say around sophomore to juniors.
Are you glad to have it over?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
have a lot of badges.
Now,
Yeah.
who do you work with as far as building it, designing it, the engineering part of it?
So for the design, I was lucky enough to have a father who is a contractor. So he helped me get the drawings ready and
Oh,
like
great.
I had to contact 84 Lumber to order all the materials, but the fundraising for that came from other parties. And then whenever we worked, I would just have my dad there to help if they ever needed to know anything.
All right, great. Thanks. Congratulations.
How many merit badges do you have?
I could
There's a
count them
bunch.
off, but I don't know off the
You
top
have
of my
more than
head.
21, because you have to have at least 21, at least whenever I got my.
Yeah, it's at least 21.
Which one was your hardest? Any merit badge stick out and say, oh boy, that one?
Citizenship in the nation.
That one was tricky, yeah. Law was tricky because we had to do a mock trial for that, and I did that at like a summer camp, and we didn't have any time to prepare for the mock trial, so we were basically going in blind, and it didn't go well.
More power to you. Congratulations.
Future plans, what are you thinking post high school?
I don't know yet. I gotta mow that over.
Okay, thank you, Zach, very much. We're going to take a picture at the end.
I want to make a comment or two, Mr. Posner. I will tell you this, I am still an Eagle Scout. I got an Eagle Scout back in the 60s. Many times during my moving through my career path, that came up. I put it on my resumes, and many times when other folks are interviewing, reviewing, or whatever, they asked about it, and it meant a lot. So make it business. Whatever you're going to do, put Eagle Scouts down. I'm still an Eagle Scout.
Yeah, after the done. All right, next up, we have Paul Mills. I know he's here. And Paul, how many years have you been in the Scouts?
Boy Scouts alone, it's been like, I want to say 6 years, but scouting in total, I think it's around 11 from like Cub Scouts to now. And so, yeah.
A lot of years. And what did you do your project on?
I made a raised planter box, 2 raised planter boxes for Redstone Highlands in Greensburg. And it was just so it was handicap accessible, and they're about table height. And so it was just easier for the residents there to like garden, but like safely.
How long did that take?
From planning to delivering them and everything done, about 2 years, because I started before COVID, and then that kind of delayed everything a little bit. And so I finished in like March of 2022 with my building, yeah.
And how about the funding? How did you raise it, or how much
So,
did it cost?
I was lucky enough for Redstone Highlands to have been given a grant, and so I think it costed $500 around there for all the materials.
Very good.
Are you also a sophomore?
I'm a junior now, but I finished it at the end of my sophomore year.
Did you all are in the same scout troop, obviously?
Yeah.
How many years have you guys been together, all 3 of you?
I think since we all started, I mean, Michael's older than us, but I
Am I
mean,
missing one? I can't see.
There's one.
So there's 4.
There's 3.
3.
There's 4.
There's 4.
Oh, there's 4.
How long have these 4 been together?
well, basically, whenever we joined the troop, we've been together the whole time.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
What troop are you in?
a 239.
And that's headquartered where?
The Busher Run Lions.
Is your leader here, or?
No. Nah, he's not here.
I've known Paul for a long time, not real well, but one of my neighbors was looking for help putting out Christmas decorations, and I thought, they said, do you know anybody who would be willing to help us? And Paul's name came to mind, and they were just thrilled. And I think you helped them take it down too, maybe.
No. No, she,
Helped them put it up.
No, her daughter came home.
Oh, her daughter came home,
Yeah,
okay.
put them to work, they put it all away, but he had to carry it all up.
Yeah, but she said there was no way at her age, her and her husband's age, that they could get these Christmas decorations up.
Excellent work. And thanks for all, I know you're involved, as Zach was, and actually all of the boys are, a lot of different clubs and different things throughout the school district, so thank you for all that you do.
thank you.
Congratulations.
And then, oh, you just missed Mr. Posner.
We can call him back up if he wants.
Zach went first.
Tell him we can call him back up if he wants.
I want to make sure I get, Michael, is it Corrine or Corrine? Okay, I said that right. Hi, Michael. And Michael, I about the same answer. How long have you been in Scouts?
I've been in Scouts 7 years. This will be my 7th.
Okay.
In total, I was in Cub Scouts. I think it was 5. I know I was in it the whole time.
So you're probably in the Scouts perhaps all your school career, basically.
Yep.
Oh, that's it's great. Like I said, a lot of us were in the Scouts program at one point. I never made it to the Eagle Scouts, but I was in the Cubs and really enjoyed the time there. So what did you do your project on?
I did 3 signs for Denmark Manor Cemetery.
Okay.
It has like rules and regulations on them. So there's one at each entrance and one on a shed mounted to the wall.
Great. How long did it take you?
Probably took me maybe a year and a half, but that was because all the members, due to COVID, they couldn't like all meet up to select on what exact design they wanted to do. So that took a few months for them to come together finally. And then for funding, they support it all, so I didn't have to pay anything, which is nice.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll ask my standard question. Or what grade are you in?
I am a senior.
A senior. So we have a wide range right now then.
What's your future plans?
Commercial contractor.
and how many badges do you have?
I have 48.
48. I was going to say because they really
Yeah.
they go down. Oh wow, they do.
One all fit on the front, that means there's a lot.
What was your favorite one to get?
My favorite one?
Carpentry.
I don't know if I have a favorite. Like, all of them were doing pretty good.
You have to sew your own badges on.
Yeah. No, my mother thankfully did that.
He's one of my house.
I want to compliment you on all of you on the fact that you hung in there, because it's easy to quit after you got, I'm a whatever Scott. You hung in there because that took a lot of time. Yours truly, I was a rock. I couldn't get the swimming merit badge, so I got as far as Life Scout, and then I was playing football, basketball, and in the band, and those took priorities, and I dropped out. But for you guys to stick it through, tremendous stick-to-itiveness for all of you.
Yep.
So really appreciate it, especially 48 merit badges. Whoa.
And then you guys do the mile swim. That's one of the ones that I beat my head against and did okay on. How about Camp out west, Arizona? Forget the name of the camp now. I never got to go. Fillmore. Anybody get to go to Fillmore?
Chuck did.
I couldn't afford it now. Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone are still walking the face of the earth. But back then, that would have been a great thing to do, and I never got to do it. But I forget how many years I put in. I have a whole packing crate full of stuff I had from the Scouts. I dust it off every once in a while. I forget how many merit badges I had, but it was close to 50.
Too many for me.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
And then Aiden Kelly's not here, but I do see Thomas Ferlino. And how many years have you been in the Scouts?
This is my 6th year in Boy Scouts, and I think Paul said, 11 years total? Yeah, 11 years total in Scouts.
Now, did all of your brothers get the Eagles? I know your older one
Yeah.
Nick made the bench outside.
All
other-
3 of my brothers are Eagle Scouts, yes.
Yeah, he's the youngest of 4 Ferlinos. They all went through our district. Mrs. Ferlino, Mr. They're in the front row, right there. They all. So he's the last one. So, what grade? You're actually in 11th grade.
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Junior, okay. And what did you do your project on?
I made a handicap accessible picnic table for the School for the Deaf in Pittsburgh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's at their alumni pavilion, which I believe that was like kind of new-ish, right? Yeah, it was about a few years old, so they hadn't really made anything accessible to it. So one day they were out for ice cream and they saw these tables, and it was a really good idea. And,
How long did it take you?
Yeah, about a year-ish. Yeah, about a year-ish. A lot of sanding. What with all the paperwork and Zoom meetings with the COO, and yeah, it was about a year.
And how about the funding for that?
Well, I was fortunate enough that I was able to have contact with the COO, and I actually gave my whole binder to my dad, and he gave it to him, and they presented it at their school board meeting. I didn't know this was happening, actually. Fun fact. And then they said, okay, we'll just fund the entire thing, which was very nice. It's a very lovely.
Absolutely, very impressive.
Yeah, it was probably the greatest school board meeting I've never attended. Yeah.
Well,
He
this
said
is
never
the first He
attended.
attended, the other one was never attended.
Yeah. Yeah. So they paid for it very graciously, and I'm very thankful that they did. Yeah.
I went down, several of you, the other scouts have ribbons, not just your merit badges, but also had some ribbons. Can you tell us what that was for?
This?
Yes.
Oh, at the Eagle Court of Honor, you are given this because it's something that will, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it will last like forever. It's not just something for your scout uniform. You can wear it on your suit and things of like that nature.
I still have mine. You put 3 palms on that too. Start every palm yet?
Yes, I have a bronze palm.
Gold, silver.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Is this the last person that won?
Yes, it is.
Now, everybody talked about the Boy Scout project. My Boy Scout project is still a remnant. I grew up here in the community. My dad was on the school board whenever I was a kid, and he helped me get set up. My Eagle project was planting 1,000 pine trees down at Sunrise Estates Elementary School. There used to be a sewer treatment plant down there. We planted them down there. Scotch pines and blue spruce. Now, there's remnants of some of them there. That was 50 years ago. So the remnants of that project are still in the district. And that was back in the 60s. You guys keep up the good work.
Sewage treatment plant there.
But I still have my sash, parts of my uniform, all that stuff. And that stuff comes in handy later on, because that's a credential. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does the scouts, Mr. Leonard, the scouts come out of Cali, a picture of the, you doing a picture for the paper? Yeah.
Dallas, you want to run home and get your sash?
I should. I will get my uniform back.
That would be interesting.
Could you send me a nicer picture for me? Thank you, I appreciate it, 'cause I don't always take, but just send it, I want to wait for the website.
That's Venture Skills.
I'm sorry.
Guys, why don't you stand and get a shot?
Yeah, if you just share.
Yeah, we don't want that glare. Paul, you might be in the dark. Squeeze in like you like each other. One, 2, 3.
Oh, interesting though.
It is.
It is
Try
interesting.
one more.
Crib.
I wish I could remember why I stopped.
Hell, you do
My boys didn't make it past.
Exactly.
Boy, Paul's taller than Dallas. Dallas is pretty tall.
Thanks for
So, are you expecting something exciting? He says, I sure hope so. I said, well, I wouldn't count on it.
Brian.
Don't hold your breath. Not with this group. It is good. It's
I was
beautiful.
wondering the same
Sure.
thing.
It's the first time I've had one. I wish if that picture ends up in the paper, I wish I could tell. Who's in the paper?
The guy sitting back, that guy back there, he's getting.
That's what Steve just said. All right. Thank you. And that is a couple more items of information, and then we have a visitor. The new Penn Trafford Middle School swim team had a tremendous turnout, demonstrating the enthusiasm for the sport in our community. The team consists of 30 swimmers, both boys and girls. These dedicated kids are a mixture of new and seasoned swimmers. They have been successful in fundraising efforts to make this exciting adventure possible and have raised over $7,000 in a brief period. This fundraising has been able to cover the cost of coaching, officials, transportation, insurance, team swim caps, and team t-shirts. The team hosted their historic first home meet on September 13th against Latrobe. The swimmers did a fantastic job. The stands were full and the crowd was animated. The next two home events are October 13th against Derry and October 20th against Franklin Regional. Their start time is 4:30 for both events, so I hope you can make it. The homecoming game is on Friday, October 14th against Plum. The homecoming dance is on Saturday. There are over 900 tickets sold for the dance. Spirit Week is at the high school this week as well as several elementary schools. On the day of homecoming, KDKA will be hosting the morning show at Manor Grill, and they will be covering the game during the evening. The football players will be eating breakfast around 8 o'clock during the KDKA morning broadcast morning show. The band is also going, and they will be playing around 5 to 5:30. They will stay during the morning and play songs during the transitional times throughout the morning. So that's great news for the band, the football players, and I'd like to thank Manor Grill for doing that.
That's great.
The third and final week of Deer Valley started today, Monday, October 10th. The students from Trafford Middle School are going this week. Mr. Ingles is up there now, and that's why he's missing from the meeting. I will join him on Wednesday, but very fortunate that we got to go to Deer Valley again, and it's nice that everything seems to be back to normal. Two more things. Penn Trafford Video has made the list of national finalists for the NSPA Pacemaker Award. The students worked so hard and put in so much time outside of regular class. Mr. Vinton is very proud of them, as is the administrator for the administration for the high school. Many of the students who worked on this have graduated, and they are missed. Honoring the nation's best, the National Scholastic Press Association has named 21 Scholastic News broadcasts as finalists for its prestigious Pacemaker competition. The Pacemaker is the association's premium award. Executive Director Laura Widmer said, NSPA is honored to recognize the best of the best. Of the 21 schools that were nominated across the United States, the only one from Pennsylvania was Penn Trafford High School. So I'm very grateful to Mr. Vinton and the students for all the work they do. We have an excellent program in the video. And finally, Trunk or Treat will take place again at the high school on October 27th from 5:30 to 8. Look for more information in the upcoming Take-Home Tuesdays. The students in the library media class are putting together with the help of the multiple clubs and different groups from the high school. And that is all I have, Mr. Leonard.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Okay, now we come up to the time for recognition of visitors. And our procedure for this session for audience recognition is you must state your name, address, and group affiliation, if any. Your statement will be limited to 3 minutes in duration. All statements shall be directed to the president. No participant may address or question a board member individually. You may be interrupted if your statement is too lengthy, personally direct, abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. And I believe we have one participant, Mr. Jay Johnson.
Good evening. I brought the Penn News, which I probably should quit reading. That way I wouldn't have to come here because it seems to upset me every time I read something about the school district. In this one, it talked about that we accepted Governor Wolf's breakfast program. And if I'm correct, because he's sitting there, didn't seem real well written that I could understand it, but it appeared the previous school board denied the school lunches, but we're going to take on this. Really, if you read on to the next part of the article, it's unfunded. I mean, Governor Wolf found some money because of COVID that was unspent, and instead of spending it on education or books or any other thing, we're going to pass out a socialist free breakfast. And I really was like, you know, we didn't take the lunches, and it says that we didn't take the lunches because it had strings attached. But the breakfast doesn't have any strings attached, except for it's not going to be funded for very long. And in my lifetime, you see that anytime you start to give something out, you can never stop giving it. You know, which eventually I see going to be funded by the taxpayers of the town. You know, Wolf found some money here. Let's get far be it from let's get better teachers or get books or anything else. Let's give them a breakfast. I mean, really? I don't know. I just don't get it. I feel like socialism is like putting the frog into a slow boiling pot of water. They just nibble away till you don't realize that you're marching goose step and wearing a SWAT sticker. And that's it.
Thank you.
Unless anybody wants to comment or banter with me.
For the record, I didn't hear your address and everything. Did you say it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I live at 141 Lorien Drive, the new.
Did you want to explain that?
Ryan Homes in McCullough.
Okay. That's where I grew up, McCullough.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I have met so many people that I had no idea. Actually, my business is in Penn Hills, and I bank at Forest Hills and have forever. And one day, Nicole, and I don't remember her last name.
Well, I grew up in Old McCullough, but
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but really glad that somebody showed interest in coming. We appreciate your comments. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sounds like it's time for old business, of which there is none.
We have none, right.
Prior to this meeting, we held an executive session. We convened for an executive session Monday, October 10th, 2022, that is today, at 6:00 p.m. to discuss personnel matters, real estate, and the board received information on the track surfaces in our different facilities. Okay, now the consent agenda. Does any board member wish to have anything removed from the consent agenda for separate individual action?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the personnel curriculum to be separated.
Well, they are separate.
It's already separated.
Yeah, we have the personnel and curriculum separated, and Mr. Matarazzo's tax, insurance, and census. Anything other than that? Okay, hearing no additional changes, I would like to have a motion to approve the consent agenda as
Motion.
presented. We
Second.
have a motion, a second.
Question?
Question on a motion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now, we will go to Mr. Nick Petrucci, personnel and curriculum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to appoint the following personnel New employment contingent upon receipt of all necessary documentation except for Act 34, 151, 114 waivers from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania within 30 days. A copy of the personnel list will become part of official minutes this meeting. Okay, the following people. Personnel we employed. Leanne Grace at PCA at Harrison Park Elementary School, and 2.5 days a week. She gets $15.50 an hour. Jenny Martin, PCA, Harrison Park Elementary School, effective October 10th, 2022. 2.5 days a week, $15.50 per hour. Ashley Munz of SAIC, Level Green Elementary School, effective October 3rd, 2022, at a salary of $25,161.29. Carly Frank, SLA at Penn Trafford High School, effective October 3rd, at the salary of $25,191.29. Shannon Tevis, super sub at Trafford Elementary School, effective October 3rd, 2022, at the rate of $145 a day. And Tracy Wolf, tutor at Penn Trafford High School, effective October 3rd, 2022, at the rate of $145 per day. And Katie Sofoli, super sub at Penn Trafford High School, effective October 3rd, 2022, at the rate of, boy, somebody advanced the years there, at the rate of $145 per day.
Second. We have a motion second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. No
That's all,
questions.
Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Petrusi. Okay, now we'll go to taxes, insurance, and census. Mr. Matarazzo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have to move to authorize a resolution to implement Act 57 of 2022 property tax penalty waiver provisions. A complete copy of the resolution will be filed with the official minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Question?
Question?
We have a motion second and no question. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. President, that's all.
Thank you. We have a solicitor's report tonight, Madam Solicitor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have a separate report this evening.
Okay, is there anybody else on the board has any comments before we adjourn? Anything they'd like to say?
I just want to comment, John Pierce, you mentioned about the award we received as a school for the sportsmanship.
I did last week when we were here.
Could
It
you
was
do it again?
Sure. We actually got the awards for sportsmanship, and of all the teams, and it was like the Allegheny and the Westmoreland County, and it was actually voted on by the other teams who we play against, and the students and the staff and the coaching staff. So I thought it was very nice to see that we were thought of that by all the people we competed with last year and all the sports teams. So I was very proud of our students.
Thanks for doing that again.
Anything else? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 7:00.